Warning! Graphic pest control video ahead. Do not watch if you might be offended. If, however, you really like watching pest control videos, then hello again and welcome to the Squirrel Hunter channel. Please continue and watch us as we control pest populations with silenced air rifles here in the UK. If you have any questions, can you please check the description below first to see if it's already been answered and for some useful links. Thank you. In light of recent comments on our channel, I thought I'd show you this. This is Bro and Bruv, going out to Bruv's permission. He's got a couple of feeders set up. You can see we've had some pretty bad snow lately. It's on the melt, so they decided to get out as soon as possible and check out the levels when we go shooting and show you when we have a good day. We don't show you the days when we go and get one or two or none normally. So a lot of this goes on, checking, seeing what damage has been done to the feeders. I think that one was hastily made up for Grant and thrown up at the other end of the woodland. That's Brev's normal feeder if you've seen it in other videos. It's an ideal time to take your dog for a walk. We do this quite a bit. Go and visit the areas, check the levels. When the levels start to drop noticeably, then we get on the feeders. Once we give the area a good hammering, the squirrel activity drops off for a while. You can see directly under this feeder, rats have set up home. Happens quite often. They'll take a tithe on your week's supply. Maybe they'll come out in the daytime and get a shot, or you could turn up at night. But on that day, it was decided a visit was required, judging by the drops in those feeders. And today it'll be Bruv and Grant shooting, and myself and Bro on the cameras. Bro will be looking over Grant's shoulder, and I'll be looking at the car at Bruv's feeder. This is Grant's new Caliber Cricket in 177 caliber. He likes the Kaiser pellets. Reckons they're quite accurate out of it. It's barely got light, as you can tell. Already there's a squirrel sat on the top. Just lately, everybody on the airgun forums has been reporting squirrels messing about a lot. A lot of it's down to the fact they were in breeding mode. This one sat on top of the feeder. If it sits still there too long, could be in trouble. Now we like to have them on the feeder feeding properly. We only need them still. Bro's struggling to get this one in focus, or the camera is rather, it's autofocus. Grant's lining up on it for the shot. Sometimes it's worth taking a bit of time just to judge what the squirrel's like, if they're jumpy or whether they're sat there quite comfortable. But never mind, take the shot. A good wallop and down to the ground it goes. Nothing wrong with that shot. Standard back leg kicks from the spinal neurons firing. Here comes another one. Down the tree. Looks like he's going to have a look at the one on the floor. Despite the fact they've been a pain lately, pretty much universally across everybody on the groups, now and again you get one sit on a feeder. A lot of people on the forums have been reporting the majority of their squirrels have been taken. Either sat under the feeder, on the tree, sat in a branch, or even on the feeders you've already seen with Grant. But not many actually sat feeding on it. We know they are going there because the level's dropping. Or we think they are anyway. A lot of these feeders haven't got lids on. So we're hoping for 3 or 4 off each, hopefully, allowing for the fact that some of these birds are going to be coming and taking free food. It's more like it. Looks like it's coming to feed. We often get accused by members of the gaming fraternity that we're campers. Well, yes we are, we sit in tents, but we do it in real life. So there'll be no 360-degree no scopes. I'm afraid it'll be hard scope all the way and camping in our little tents. If in the very rare circumstance that I might turn into a online gamer playing Call of Duty Ghosts, I would be your worst nightmare. You'd be raging away as I'd be sat at the back of a map with a sniper rifle. I would hard scope all the way. My EDs would get you. My Alsatian would get you. I'd be charging it down with riot shields. All the good stuff. But I'm not. I do reside very much in reality, especially when shooting Pest is concerned. Here we go. Sat up ready for a shot. Grant makes no mistake. Good solid impact. Kaiser seemed to hit quite hard. Accuracy, 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 and some good stopping power. And that squirrel's down. Here comes squirrel number 3. It's going to mess about by the look of it. And a bit of a wash. There we go. Nope. Grant's first couple of squirrels came quite quickly in the proceedings. This one seems to want to mess about. I will mention he sat on a little bit of a slope. So is Bro. Right at the beginning of this session, Bro sat down, wedged his backside into his little seat, and proceeded to topple over and crash onto the floor. Grant had to pull him out by his feet. I wish I'd had my camera. I wish I'd seen it, because it would definitely have made it to this video after the sniper attempt in the last one. But never mind. Hopefully this one will sit still in a minute and make it 3 for Grant. Bro's still looking for it. Sometimes they'll go around the back of a tree. It's starting to look very likely that this one's run off. Rather annoyingly. In fact, that's precisely what it has done. You can see it's got a lot brighter now. The sun did poke its head out on this cold morning. And the fog came down. And there was no activity. So Grant decided to wrap it up. He's in communication with this at the same time via the phones. Talking to Bruv. Keeping notes on who's got what. Just the 2 for Grant today. 2 solid shots though. This is the beginning of mine and Bruv's session. I'm following him across the field, our 4x4s. It's so dark it was when we got set up. A little bit too dark really. Wanted to be there at first light. We're there at last dark rather than first light. While Bruv's getting his kit sorted, so a bit of a video about. Can't see an awful lot, can you? Bruv's over there somewhere. That's his Calibre Cricket. He's had it for quite a few years now. Been Ratworks tuned. And he's launching a favourite Barracuda Hunter Extremes. Hit very hard, they do. That's my setup. That's my camera poking out from my bit of scrim netting. That's the view from inside. Should be peering at that screen quite intently. Looking into the darkness. And hoping it gets light before the squirrels turn up. That's Bruv setting out some targets. Do a 0 shot. You might have noticed them on the feeder. Grant uses the same. Little black targets turn yellow when you hit them. It's a bit on the dark side, so I had to resort to shining my torch so Bruv could take a 0 shot or 2. As said in previous videos, I'll say it again, always pays to check your 0. See that little circle? Shows where the trail cam is, the bobble off one. I did a kit review recently of. This is the day took it out for a live real world test. That's why you can see Bruv putting his targets out, the camera caught him beautifully. Switch to night mode. Okay, the crows have woken up. We had a pretty long wait this day. There were squirrels running all round in the background. I had a bit of a struggle to see. This magpie came in, Sits on that bar and flies off. Bruv assures me a nanosecond longer and that would have been an ex-magpie. This is the next bit of life we saw, apart from the squirrels running around in the background. Some of the livestock came down to visit. Fortunately I'm rubbing my Rode mic on the net by the sound of it. Pretty nosy, aren't they? Quite a lot of footage of these ones, squelching away through the mud. Hopefully they'll get bored and do one in a minute. That's precisely why the feeder's up so high as well. If they can get their tongue in there, they'll empty that feeder in no time. They're like a bit of wheat. Can't quite get it where it is. Looks like that one's eating ivy. Surprised how many animals eat that. Even our pet rabbit will do it. Finally decided to get a move on. That's it, stand right in front of it, just like children in front of a telly. How irritating. I'll sped this up now. Pretty much the end of it for these. Off they go. At this point, Grant had something, and Bruv hadn't. It took ages. I've put this footage together. So I pretty much missed the shot to start with. Bruv's camera on the main picture and the trail camera on the left. Good wallop and down it goes. And this is my camera, because I completely missed the shot to start with, because I was grubbing around for some tissue in the car because I had a left nostril that was running like a tap. Any man watching this will know just how dangerous man flu can be if left untreated. Anyway, I've got the camera going, heard the wallop, looked up, squirrel on the deck. It's unconscious. But it's still moving. So the shot wasn't perfectly good. Turned out the angle Bruv's at, he couldn't see it properly. It's a little mound of dirt, it just curves away from his angle. I can see it perfectly fine. I'm about to text him to take a second shot. Then he has a go. Just clipping the edge of that bank. Can't quite see it properly. You can see it's moving. He hasn't got a shot on. Same thing again, just captures the dirt in front. Nothing left for it but to go out and sort it out in person. Quick check. Most definitely needs a second shot. Very carefully picks it up by the tail. As we do these days, if you have to leave the hide, tend to lift the squirrels. There we go. Saw this one running from the back. This has taken several hours to get to this point. First one was well overdue. They were running around a lot, messing about. But now this is my camera. I'm looking straight at this squirrel, waiting for the shot. Bro has his camera as well, which is the top right hand corner picture. Looking back from a distance. Trail cam has picked it up, but I haven't bothered to include that just yet. I will in a minute. Picked up 2 clips that the camera did. I'll show you several different angles at the same time. I think Bro was waiting for me to get on it, but here we go. He's waited long enough. Nothing wrong with that shot. No problems with that one. Proper wallop that. Down to the ground. And after the last one, we're both looking at it quite hard to see if it's breathing. I've zoomed straight in now on digital zoom. Just looking at the ribs to see if they're moving. Proper dead, that one. Hunter Extremes do a good job, but you still have to hit the right point to kill them clean. This one's going to come down to look at the dead one on the floor, which is pretty normal. It's Bro's camera in the circle. Zoomed in on it. We're both watching. See the 0 targets to the right there. There we go. Put the trail cam on now for good measure. Here we go. And that one jumped in the air. What's happened is the foam that's protecting the window, the Bruv's car, has slipped as he's taken the shot. He's actually hit it through the neck. At this point we thought we'd had a wound in and a run off. Jumping squirrels are never good. But I've spotted it now. It's at the base of that tree, just behind the feeder. Bruv's lined it up on it and finishes off from where he was stood. There's too many rat holes there. Don't want to risk chasing it and have it go down one. And there we are, giving it a good inspection, trying to work out where it's hit. I can see it's been hit at the side of the neck and gone down into the body. It still did a lot of damage. This is precisely why we don't do heart shots. On the general rule of thumb, even if they run somewhere, they can get down a hole, get into a bush where we have to fight our way in. Hitting them in the head, they drop to the floor normally, and that's where they stay. I've clocked this one coming in from the left. Looks like a bag of nerves, this one. Indeed it was. A lot of messing around. Doesn't give an opportunity for a shot. Turn the camera back on again. There he goes. See him on the left still. I thought he'd gone away. Maybe it's a scent on the ground, because those other 2 squirrels have been lifted. Still has a bit of a problem with that area. This is the first one I managed to catch on video, doing what the others did, just running around in the background. Resort to a bit of bird watching. It's quite a bonus to see these creatures. I think this is a tree creeper. Pretty little bird. Here we go. Squirrel on the feeder. I'm zooming in. Bruv didn't get any footage of this, so it's just down to my camera and the trail cam. I'm just about making the pellet streak in on the trail cam from the left. Right now. It's pretty much a classic dead squirrel. Muscles spasm, back leg hooks round and those sharp little nails grab the edge of the ledge. Good result that. If it was hanging there lifting its head, you know full well the shot's not good, but that reaction tells me straight away that was a good shot. We called it a day at that. A bit of a Stuart's inquiry as to what went wrong with some of the shots, which ones he could see that I couldn't. The trail cam's caught us nicely. Go and pick the other 2 up now, take them back up to Grant's car. You can see them looking at their feeder. The shot of the sun that was coming out at one point, but then the mist came in. And there's the 2 rifles. Grant's on the left and Bruv's on the right. There was 4 squirrels, not 3. 2 for Grant. If you've been following the channel for any length of time, you'll realise that Bruv is a fairly new addition to the channel. Even though he's got 25-30 years of experience out in the wilds hunting small game. It's a bit of a different kettle of fish when you've got to self-film. So these are some of his early efforts. I think that might have been with a shot track camera actually. No audio footage on them. Wasn't a lot else supporting footage to make a video, so I just included a load of kill shots at the end, just to make up the length of the video. Whilst the video's missing the sound, it's not bad quality, nothing wrong with the shots. It's a proper toes up shot that was. Not sure what rifle he's using, probably the day state. And I've certainly no idea what pellets he's using. He's whacking these ones pretty good, nothing wrong with that. Rolled that one over his side. And these would have been from some of the earlier chances he had to shoot this particular feeder. I helped him set it up. Needed some Heath Robinson attachments. Hold it to the tree and put it high enough up to keep it out of the way of the cattle. And put that branch there in the hope that some corvids might land down. You see what that magpie did for a brief second. We're hoping a few dead ones on the floor. You might get a crow or a magpie sit there, take its eye off the ball a bit and look at the ground. Or the floor, the forest floor. This one sat quite nicely feeding, which is pretty much what we've come to expect. The early part of this video on the outing where we all went out together. Bit of an odd one really. Some footage from last year. Got a proper video camera on the case now. No one's asking for trouble if it sits up there. Might be flicking its tail at the sight of the cars. Doesn't normally put them off. They're a bit stupid in a lot of ways. You would never get corvids sitting like that. That's why Bruv likes taking them on. Specialises in magpies. Occasionally crows. Here we go. Sat there too long, I'm afraid. Down you go. What's wrong with that shot? This is Bruv out on his own, filming on his own. This adds another layer of awkwardness sometimes to the proceedings, trying to catch enough footage to make a video for you. Interestingly enough, only yesterday the channel went through 99,000 subscribers, and today it's on 99,200 and odd. Sort of hoping that it'll get to 100,000 soon. I'll get a YouTube play button for the trouble of making these videos. Once it gets to 100,000, I plan on doing a video where I just tell the story of how this channel came to be and why we keep making videos. The trouble with making videos from the early days, they've evolved a bit. So we've all become a bit better at filming and a bit better at editing. And there's more supporting footage to tell you the story of the day. This is pretty much textbook stuff. Squirrel feeding. Started to relax now. Bruv's lining up on it. Just as it pauses, it's a straight in the head. He's pulled the camera back, but he's looking at it through the scope. Just checking it out. Now he's decided it's okay, so we zoom back in. Bit of a dip there. Here comes the rain. Again, song by the Eurythmics, isn't it? Anyway, squirrel on the feeder. Quite a good overhang on the top of that lid. Does protect the grain a bit. It's useful to give them somewhere to sit out the rain. There you go, sit upright, son. Absolutely poleaxed that one. Decide to have a lie down on the feeder. Nope, not deciding anything at all. Bruv just scrambled his brains. Never knew what hit it. He's going to have to get out to shift that one, I think. Oh, is it going to have a late kick? Usually get one. It's the trouble when you've got a ledge built like that. And precisely why I like to build side shelf feeders with small ledges these days. Eliminates that from happening. And that's the last shot of this session, last shot of this video. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Please comment below. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like, subscribe and share. Thank you.